Well, hey, what's up, everybody? Yesterday I did a video about the golden age of Bollywood, and I talked about it being from, I think, 1950 to 1975, and my reason for saying it started in 1950 is when the Constitution of India is signed after 47, which is, your freedom, your independence from the British Empire. And that is for solidarity with you, not like against the British Empire, right? And we see all these films that kind of go in to celebrate your freedom, your liberation. These films and the songs are singing about the culture, about India, about the revolution, about all these different things. And I think that's why it's the golden era. Now, some people may disagree, and I think when it comes to the foreigners who are partaking in India, I think that I am the most qualified to talk about this. I really do. And again, this isn't a shot against anybody. People do different things, have different kind of takes on stuff, different I don't want to say gimmicks, but different approaches to what they're doing and why they're doing it and how they do it. And I think this is completely, what we do here is completely different because we react to India. We are a Indian reaction channel, not a just movie reaction channel. And as we're talking about this golden era of Bollywood, I think we need to talk about one actress, and I think I was thinking, like, who are my favorite actresses? If I had to come up with a list of my favorite actresses, you'd have Deepika, you would have Priyanka, you would have Rika, you would have Vivian, but I think number one is Nargis. I'm not sure how you would say it, which way. I've heard it both ways. And I'm sure one of my friends will point me in the right direction on this. I think she is the icon of Bollywood films. I've seen several of her films. I've seen Shri 420. I've seen Mother India. I have seen, I forgot what the other one was. Was it Shricast? Maybe. I don't remember. And she's a phenomenal actress. I think to say that, is an understatement. She is a phenomenal actress. It's like, really? Rishi Kapoor can act, really? But I think when you look at, where she is in the history of cinema, I think she is the greatest female actress of all time when it comes to Indian films, because not only was she a great actress, but she was the greatest actress in the golden era. And when you look at her performance in Mother India, where she is playing various ages of the same character, from the daughter-in-law to the mother to the widow, it is a phenomenal movie, and I think it's one of the most important movies made in Indian cinema history. And if you are a foreigner watching this, a foreigner meaning an American or a European, somebody who's not, indigenous to India, you need to see the film, because I think this is the construct on which everything is going to grow from. I think that this is the foundation where India is reaching for the sky, reaching for the stars. So you have this incredible actress in the most important era of film, and she's banging out hit after hit after hit after hit. And she now, I don't know if this is true, but I've read this in several places, that her and Raj Kapoor had a thing. Right, Raj Kapoor was married with a family, and they had a love affair, and I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's what my Hispanic friends would call chismosa, which is gossip, or if it's actually true, I don't know. But she's paired up with him a lot in different films. And really, the two of them have a synergy together. They have this incredible chemistry of where they kind of just meld into each other and make the project greater. And of course, Raj Kapoor is the beginning of the Kapoor dynasty, and you see his acting ability, you see his passion, you see, especially when the two of them are put together, it is cinema magic, I think. And you look at there was a movie where she played, and I think it was towards the end, because when Raj Kapoor will not leave his family for her, she decides she's going to settle down, have a family and whatnot, and kind of get out of acting. And she does a role towards the end of her career, and I forgot the name of the movie, but she plays a woman that has mental issues, and she wins an award for her performance of this portrayal of it. And I can't stress this enough. You need to know your past to know your future. And I think far too often we can look at somebody like Kajol, or who else comes to mind? Deepika, and say, oh, I really loved him in this performance or that performance. But this all is building on upon one another. And I think, if you're going to be a serious cinema student, if you're going to be a serious person, you need to be familiar with the work. You need to see her films. If you haven't seen Mother India, you need to see it. It is so enwrapped in the culture of India, in what India does and who they are, that you can't truly, I don't think you can understand India without seeing Mother India, and without having a running knowledge or a familiarity with Hinduism. I think the two of them are very important, because they so play in the movies, they so play out in everything. Now, and I'm sure my Indian friends know this, but some of the reactors may not know this. She is, she married a Dutt, and we see the Dutts kind of come out of her line of her lineage, and and it's really a sad story when you look at Sanjay Dutt. Here he grows up with this family, these touch points of Raj Kapoor, of his mom, and a lot of people don't know this, but Nargis's mother was a famous actress who then became a producer, and so you have this great rich heritage of theater, film working, that we see then Sanjay kind of come in and take up the mantle and move forward. She gets sick. She gets sick with pancreatic cancer, and when that happens, there's not a whole lot of... Boy, there's just not a whole lot of things you can do for pancreatic cancer. It's kind of a death sentence. And she died at age 51, which is just so sad. So young, right? So young. She died at 51, just a few days before Sanjay makes his debut in Hindi films. And just what a bittersweet moment that had to be for Sanjay and for the family. Mom passes away as I get my big break, and it's just so sad. And I think when you look at Sanjay's life, it's a sad thing that has happened. He has spent 38 years, I would say, in the film industry. Did you say 38? 40 years doing Hindi films. He's won 2 film Fair Awards, 2 Bollywood Movie Awards, Screen Awards, Stardust Award, Global Indian Film Award, Bengal Film Award, all these national film awards. And in 1993, his life changes. There are charges of terrorism. He was arrested underneath, what is Tada? Is that what it is? Tada? We just watched Reese, the Warrior Queen. And I watched Reese, and they were charging people with Tada, and they were, and the charges were dropped with him. He served a sentence and got good behavior and was released. And you know, he is just an interesting character, a really interesting character, to see how his life has played out. Now, his big debut was a movie called Rocky, and it is said that at the premiere there was a seat left open for his mom, who had already passed away a few days before this happened. And it's just it's a sad story. Nargis, I think, is the best actress in Indian film. I think she is. She could have been a great American actress. She could have crossed over. I think whenever you get to one name, Nargis, Prince, you know, where you don't need to go by your normal name. They just know you by one thing. That you're doing pretty good. People can say, and I got to say, just the things that I've seen of her films. What a beautiful woman, a truly beautiful woman. She could sing, she could dance, she could act. And again, I go back to Mother India. How can you look at that and not see greatness? You know. And again, if you haven't seen Mother India, go see it. You need to see it. And if you're Indian and you haven't seen it, I'm going to freak out. You got to go see that, dude. You got to go see it, dudette. She is a great. She is a legend. She is an all-time actress. She is number one. There are, like, I like Vivian a lot. I do. I think in Kahani, she did a great job. We loaned Kahani out to some friends who watched it, and they were like, dude, dude. But you know, it pales in comparison. You know, she's a treasure. If there is you know, she is, you know, if Bollywood was a religion, she would be the goddess that people worship. She would be. You know, if you could do Kali as a film, you would need her to play Kali. And again, I'm going to put this in the Bollywood Top 100 because I think she deserves to be in our playlist here. And a phenomenal actress, phenomenal. The different films I've seen of her, I've seen 3 of them, and just mesmerized. And I think too, when you're a woman in the Indian film industry, you can sing, you can dance, and you can act. Pa-pow, pa-pow, pa-pow. That's money, yo. That's money. You're the triple threat. You are the real deal, and she truly was. It's sad that she died. I wish I could have been alive when she was acting to see it, the pomp and circumstance and the fanfare, because I'm sure you know, she hits the room, it would have been like, whoa, you know what I mean? But truly love her, a great actress.